Hello everyone, and welcome back. We are watching a speed build today, and this is a speed build for our modern apartment shell. Now, with this shell, we are doing some pre-builds for the for rent pack that's just about to come out from The Sims 4. So I have got 6 apartments to build in this apartment shell, and today we are building apartment 4. So each of the apartments are a different shape, they're a different size, and they have different characters that I have thought about to put inside. So the character that is going to go in this one is an older gentleman, so he's elderly. He never got married, never had kids, so he's kind of single on his own, and this is going to be a studio apartment, which is not what I've done before. So each of the apartments that we've had so far have all been 1 bedroom, but this one is going to be a studio apartment. I think this is the smallest apartment out of all of them so far, possibly. I haven't measured them all, but possibly the smallest. And so I'm just building a little platform for his bedroom. I did fuss around with this for a little while because I would not say I'm a platform expert. Like I'm comfortable with them, but I'm not an expert. So anyway, I fussed around with it for a little while and finally got that right. And I'm just going to send a sim in just to test it, because you want to just make sure that it does work before you progress very far. So just putting in some of the snowy escape fencing, and I'm just putting my sim in now just to test it. So it's sitting in the middle didn't work, so I've moved it off to the side because it was blocking the step up, and ta-da, it worked for our sim. So we have a working platform bed, which makes me happy. So I sent her off to do something else while I continued the build. She's not my character that's moving in here, by the way. She was just my test sim. And because she's not an elderly gentleman. So there you go. This is who I plan to move in here. As I mentioned, he doesn't have any sort of family left. He's just sort of got his friends, and he is a reader. He loves books, so he's a big reader. He's into wellness, and he does dabble a little bit with plants. He's mainly into sustainability as far as, like your simple living, growing to eat. So that's kind of his thing, but he can't really do it too much in the apartment, so he just sort of potters around with it, like, some herbs for, the food is about as far as he sort of extends with that. But he does love his books, so I'm just going to put in some bookshelves here from the Book Nook kit, and he's got like his little computer there. He's not particularly computer savvy, but he uses it to email his pals, so he has a few pen pals around the place. So I did muck around a little bit with finding the right thing to put here. I just wanted like a little simple seat, like a little ottoman seat that would just, he could just sit there and read his book or enjoy the view or whatever he wants to do. But yeah, it did take a little bit of fussing around because some of the stuff didn't quite sit right on the platform, and yeah, it was just like, but yeah, it's a little sort of reading area. I'm just putting in the curtains, so that's why I sort of moved those forward, because I wanted space for the curtains. And then I was like, oh no, actually the blinds work better, so I didn't need to move them forward after all, because I thought the dark blue worked really nicely with the bed that I put in there. He's a pretty simple kind of fellow. He's just enjoying his life as he has it. A few friends, and his books are basically his life. So this is basically our bedroom. I'm just going to put like a couple of things above the bed. I just wanted to have like a little something up there for him. So I used a few little paintings. No, not paintings. So I found like a couple of little things that I could put above there that worked nicely. So just add that to a little bit more decoration to there. I did struggle to find something that I wanted to put in this little corner. It was like kind of a bit of a nothing corner that I just wanted to have a shelf on, but then I found this one. Oh, where is that from? I'm not sure what pack that shelf is from, but I just put some little nicks and knacks on there, basically. And I moved the window open over there and sort of switched the windows around a little bit, because I was thinking of how the rest of the layout would go, because the blocked off room is going to be the bathroom. I actually did give him a little bit of space for the bathroom. I wanted him to have a decent size, not squishy bathroom. and then the rest is all pretty open, being a studio apartment. So the kitchen I'm putting together, I actually use the Parenthood kitchen, which is one of my favorite kitchens. I don't use it enough, but I absolutely love this kitchen. It's more a traditional style kitchen, which suits the character really well. I feel like he's a bit more of a traditional guy. I was going more traditional than I was modern. Not like super, super traditional, like, you know, because he's not super wealthy and has all the rich kind of traditional stuff, but the more basic traditional stuff, like this kitchen, works really nicely. So I basically just went full Parenthood kitchen set on this one because I really like that kitchen. The colour worked really nicely with the blue. So he's just sort of got like blue with pops of browns, and the light brown and the dark brown running throughout the build, but it is primarily in those shades of blue for him. So I do add some more kitchen clutter later. I think I skipped past it in the build, but there is some more kitchen clutter added that I think you can probably see in the tour a little bit later on. But that's basically going to be our kitchen. I'm just adding in the light switches at the moment, and then I'm going to have a wee fuss around with what to put against this wall. I did like the Snowy Escape shelving. So this is, I think it's a bookshelf, and then that's a hall table off to the side there in the dark wood. So I thought that worked really nicely against the lighter woods throughout the rest of the room. But I do switch this around a little bit because I decided that I wanted the higher part of the build off to the left and then the lower part off to the right, because I actually moved that door. So I do need to switch that around a little bit. I ended up moving the bathroom door over because I wanted it, because at the moment I have it centered, and that means that that entrance part of the bathroom is not really functional. So I need to move that over. So I will go back and switch that around when I decide to change the bathroom door over. So I'm using this lovely stripy couch, which matches the stripy bed. So that's just kind of his thing. And then I'm using the same blinds again, but I'm using them in the light brown or the cream rather than the blue, which is what I used in the bedroom side of things. So I'm just going to put like the home decorator coffee table down, but I will change that. It's just a little bit too wide for that space. This is where I'm thinking about the bathroom doors. So this is where I'm going to just change this around a little bit. So that hall table will disappear. It's too wide. Now that I've moved the door over. Oh, the other reason I moved the door over was because I wanted to actually put something down the wall in the lounge as well. So having it in the middle just really made it super awkward as far as the width of the space that I had to work with. So it was half a grid space versus a grid space, and I felt like having a full grid space was just going to be a lot more useful than a half a grid space. So I used the Dream Home Decorator just stackable shelves just to create that little unit. Just shrunk down the Blooming Room Kit plant, and then just working on another little plant to put in that corner. Voila, that's our little space filled. So that gave me enough room to put like the second couch along that wall there. So a little bit more room, and then that's when I was like, that's too wide, so I need to change that. So changed the coffee table over just to give that a little bit more space to walk around with, so your sim can move around there okay. So just doing a little bit of decoration on the wall. I think it's in the Moschino stuff pack frame, book nook kit, and the fitness stuff pack picture as well. So that left us more room to play with in the bathroom. Now I did want to put a bath in there. I felt like he was a bath kind of guy who'd like to sit in there with his soaks and cruise out, because he is into his wellness, which we're going to bring more into the build when we do the porch area. And he would also like to lie in there and read his book as well. So he likes a good soak in the bath. So he's a bath person rather than a shower person. So I put a bath in there. So I'm just working on a divider. I'm going to end up just using the Get Famous pack divider there in the light brown, and then just get in a few bits and pieces from all the bathroom clutter stuff. And then a little something for the wall, and then another little something for the wall just to fill that space there. And I was obviously thinking about things that were of the more masculine side of things. So I think, what counter is that? It's either Spa Day or Dream Home Decorator, I think, in the brown. Possibly Dream Home Decorator. And I'm just putting some shelves in here, and then you're going to see me mucking around because I decided to do something a little different. So I'm using the Eco Lifestyle wall slats, and then I'm just going to create like a little shelving thing in behind there. Move the counters forward a little bit, just so it looked like you know, a little bit of a feature wall for the shelves. I thought it looked quite cool. You might disagree, and that's fine, but I thought it looked quite cool, so that's why I did it. And then this is so lame, but I was so happy to actually have a reason to logically use the denture glass that you get with the bathroom clutter kit. Because I put it in build sometimes. I'm just like, I don't think the Sims would actually use that, but in this particular build, it's an elderly guy, and him having dentures absolutely makes sense. And I was like, this is the perfect time to use the denture glass. So I was absolutely delighted with that. I was like, yay, I finally get to use it and feel like it's actually logical in the build to have it there. It's not just like weird clutter that I'm going to put there. It's actually making sense. So I think I'm just about done here. I am moving out to the porch, and as I said, I wanted to bring in some of his hobbies, so the wellness side of things and a little bit of his potting around with the herbs and stuff. I did initially want to put like little gardening things there, but they were just too tall, and I wasn't sure how well they would work if I shrunk them. I kind of suspected they wouldn't. I have never actually tried that. Has anyone like tried that where you shrink the Eco Lifestyle vertical planters? Do they still work? Let me know in the comments if that's the case. I haven't tried it. I might just try that one day just to see. I am curious. But anyway, I went with the Eco Lifestyle, just the decoration ones instead. And we're just going to pretend that they are actually herbs that he's growing. So there. So I'm using the Desert Luxe dark brown lounging set. So he's got the sun lounger and the little coffee table thing there. I was just mucking around deciding what I wanted to do with the space, and I was like, you know what, I just want to have like a nice little table. Maybe it's illogical to have an umbrella on it, but maybe it's not. Maybe the rain comes down or the sun comes down in a certain direction and he wants it to be blocked off. Maybe, you just don't know. So just putting a couple little plants around the place just to add a little bit of life, because he does love a little plant. He is into the green and peaceful and that sort of thing, and that's his environment that he's created. And he's got his little peaceful candle there on his tray, and then there's an incense holder there just to, you know, add that beautiful aroma, whatever mood he wants to be in. And his little bits of clutter there beside there of things that he's just hobbying around and doing. Because he's a retired guy, he doesn't work, he just is into living out the rest of his life as best as he can. And I did add some sort of more traditional lights. I thought he was more into the traditional side of things, so I think those are from Horse Ranch. And then I needed something else for here. I was like, you know what, there needs to be something here, but the vent just kind of looked weird. And then I came across this here with the fishing rod, and I was like, that's absolutely perfect. The end. So let's take a tour so you can see the gorgeous kitchen there. I really love how that kitchen turned out, and it does have the clutter in there. So I did put some little bits and pieces of clutter in there just to give it a little bit more life. And that's our little stands and everything like that, our TV, our couches. So that's all coming together in there, and it's feels like quite homey and very him. And then moving through to his little bedroom up here on the platform, so once again very him with all the books. And then heading outside, we are out on the porch, and then we will go inside and take a look in the bathroom, and then that is just about our build. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and don't forget to hit subscribe, the notification bell, so you know when the next video is up, and to join me in the next one. Catch you later. Bye bye.